everybody, welcome to Stampin' Crafty with Carolyn. Excuse me. My name is Carolyn Levitsky and I am an independent demonstrator for Stampin' Up. Now in the beginning of my video you saw actually 4 trees. One was quite large and it's big enough for a centerpiece for your dining room table. Now this is made by 6-inch squares. This one's made by 5-inch squares, and this is made by 4-inch squares. You could do it whatever size you would like to do it. And you have 3 sides in which to decorate. And you can put, actually, this is made with designer series paper. These are made with cardstocks with designer series paper applied. And I just didn't like the fact that these were not covered. I wanted them to be covered, so I thought, oh, let me try it with cardstock and see how that works out. And it worked out very well. They are cards. They do come apart. I have Velcro holding them together. You open them up, you fold them, and this will go into a regular size envelope, as will this. When you open it up, on the inside of this one, I did put a piece of basic white so you could write whatever message you want to put in there. You close it up. But this will also fit into a larger envelope, but it will. This one you may need to get a special envelope or make your own envelope. But you do have, I think I said it before, 3 different sides to decorate. They do not need to be decorated the same. You could do a different scene, so you could be creative on each side of the card. All of the paper that I am using today, not for these, because as I said, I used cardstock with the hand pen designer series paper. But what we're going to make today is all done, except for the inside, with designer series paper. And I used the Whimsy and Wonder 12 by 12 inch series, designer series paper. And this is what you saw my large Christmas tree made of. And I was a little concerned because it is somewhat directional, but it came out very well, I thought. Now I'm using this, and that's from the same package as what I showed you. And it's a stripe. Now, how is that gonna work? What do you think? Well, we're gonna try it. And then these squares are cut 5 by 5 inch square. And then I have cut the inside, and I cut it just a little smaller. It's actually 4 3/4 by 4 3/4 inch square. Now what we need to do is we need to cut this right down the center for the inside. So this is we're going to call this north, we're going to call this south, and we're going to line it up on the runner that the blades go in, and we are going to cut that right in half. We're going to leave that cutting blade down there because now we need to score. And I'm going to try, well, I'm thinking that I'm going to keep them all going in the same direction. So we'll get that all set up. I don't know if that's going to help it look uniform. I have no idea. Remember, we're talking north. This is north up here where my finger is waving, and this is south down here. We are going to score it from north to south, right down the center. It's diamond shaped, and once you get the thing about this paper trimmer is you could see right through, and you could see where the runner is that the blades go on. Make sure that your points are on that, right in the middle of that blade, and just score. And we're going to do that to all 3 pieces. We're going to line them up, and of course once you close this, you may need to make some adjustments to that. North and south. Don't forget north and south, because it helps in putting these together. Now, if you like my cards and you like what I'm doing, I would appreciate, excuse me, if you would subscribe to my channel. Also, click that bell. Then after you click that bell, please give me a thumbs up. I need them. I need to feel that love. Okay, so these are all scored north to south. I'm going to fold them, and the best way to be sure that they're scored properly is to line up these points and then run your bone folder down, and we're going to score it on both sides. So again, line up those points. Make sure that we scored properly. If we didn't, this will correct our score line. I'm not usually someone who uses liquid glue, although the last few videos I have done, I have needed to use liquid glue. The good thing about liquid glue is you have some wiggle room. It doesn't dry right away. So if you don't have things lined up properly, then you can just move them about for a short time. Now, remember, north and south, we're going to take this point and line it up with my grid mat. I love my grid mat. I use it all the time when I need to measure things and make sure that the things are lined up. So here's our north and south, and we have one piece that's going to stay just like that. And then the next piece, our north, is going to go up here to the top, and we need to glue it down. And when you glue it down, you have to remember that you still need to be able to close this up on the score line. So this is the side we're going to do. I'm going to flip it over, and I need that wonderful mat that stops my area from getting bogged down and sticky with glue. Now, like I said, I was never a fan of liquid glue. I am beginning to appreciate it more now. And the way I found to control that flow so you don't have it overflowing, I start in the center to make sure that I'm not going to get a big glob and it's not going to squirt out the side. Then I go, gotta find my score line, and keep that tip right against that paper. Don't come all the way down, because you don't know how far down you need to go. I'm going to look for my score line again, and then we're just going to roll it around a little bit. Here's our north. We need to keep it north and south. We're going to apply it here and get that up to the tip and over to the score line without making you gotta make sure you can continue to close that. We may have a little bit of a gap here, but that's okay. Now that I have that applied, I need to see if I need to add more glue, and yes, I do. So we're just going to come right down here where it ends here, and we're just going to go right across and up and put some liquid glue on there so that side holds down. And if it gets on the inside of the card, it's okay. It pretty much dries clear. And then the next piece is going to go right here. And this is the side we're going to be gluing down. We don't want to mix up the sides. We want to be sure that we're going to be gluing down exactly where we need to be, and we need to find that score line so we don't run the glue over it. And I'm not going to go all the way down again because I don't know where this is going to be on the paper. So we're going to keep north and south together. We're going to see that the points are the same at the top. And then you want to look down here. And of course we don't want it. We want to be sure that the bottom is all the same, that it lays the same. Okay, now that we have those together, we're going to take a peek under here. Oh, not bad at all. Just a little bit of glue it needs. And we'll close that down. Now, those two pieces of basic white that I cut rather than scored, they're going to go inside here like this. And I cut them a little smaller than the actual card itself, because if I had cut it the same size of the card, you would not be able to close, especially the middle one, the middle score line. Now, you want to ask me how I know that? It should be pretty obvious. Okay, so we're going to try and line these up so that they're pretty much equal to each other, the top as well as the bottom. That looks good. So we're going to flip it over. And we're going to, this one here, we know everything is going to have to be glued down. We know exactly where it's going. So, and you know what? I'm going to take this and flip this over to that side because I saw a spot on that and I didn't like that. So we're just going to take this and put this here. Very simple. Nice and easy. Nothing difficult about this card. We do want to try and make sure it's lined up properly. Make sure that all our score lines will close, and they do. And this one is going to go here, just like that. And we're going to use our wonderful mat that does not hold the glue, and it keeps our work area nice and glue free and sticky free. Nothing worse than working on a sticky area. Your long side is going to go to the outside of the card. We're going to try and line this up so that the tops sort of are the same and the bottom is the same, and we're just going to glue that down. Let's take a look at this. This is going to fold in. This is going to fold in. It's going to go across. And yes, there it is. There's our Christmas tree. And I don't mind that the decoration on the card is going in other directions. I kind of like it. Oh, I got some glue here. Once that dries, I'll get it off with a glue eraser. All right, so we have 3 different sides to decorate. So we need to, it could be too that I may put some decoration on that side there. So this is one side, and we're going to line that up because when you close the card, actually, it's not going to be straight, but that's okay. So the first one is I did fussy cut. Everything has been done with the same paper. I fussy cut these trees, lovely winter pine trees. And there we go. We're going to put it on this side where I got the liquid glue and try and hide that. And it does. There we go. And now I have a couple of deer, or maybe just one will fit. I don't think that two will, but I am going to put this together like this because as you can see, when you fold it together, the paper kind of lines up a little differently. I don't know if I could do this without ruining the whole thing. I hope I won't. Won't ruin it, that is. Because I do want to, let's take, I think this is a great idea. Fold this so that it's like that, and then put your pieces on. You know, everything's a learning process. And everything is fixable. So that's one side there. And we will take this and try to put it like that. Then our little deer will go here. Because the card is folded into a triangle, when you actually do the fold, it's not straight like you would think it should be. So we'll put this little deer here, and I have another tree, a couple of trees that are going to go. They're smaller, so it will look like it's in the distance. And all of my mistakes will be covered. There we go. Very nice. We could put another little deer here, which I think I will do. And do we want them lower? Do we want them higher? I think we want them lower. This was all fussy cut from Designer Series paper. I'm sure you all have different papers that you could use, or items that you could use. Okay, so that's one side of our card. Whoops. Doesn't want to, I think my fingers are too sticky. There, that's okay. That's better. So when this folds over, when this, my hands are not working properly. When this folds over, there you have your first design. Now let's do the next one. We'll do this side and of course this side after. The next one, I did stamp and cut out some Christmas stockings and some branches. I do need to wash my sticky fingers because everything is sticking to them. All right, forward. This is going to go there. So there's nothing that you're going to do to that because that is going to be all covered. But we are going to do this side and that side. So we want to get this side done. And we could put stockings on it. And under the stockings, we could put some of these sprigs with some holly leaves, like so. Unfortunately, I do not have that cute little kitty and puppy paper with all the deck, because a little head like that sticking out of the stocking would just be adorable. And we'll just reverse these. Put these like this and do that, and we have this that's going to sit up there. Let's see, where is the score line? Actually, because we have the leg here, we could move one stocking down this way. And under that stocking, we will put that, as well as a little bit of holly coming out of there. And I guess we need to put some glue on that holly piece to hold it in. There we go. Okay, the next one, we could put this up a little bit. With our sprigs coming out. And this time I'm going to get glue at the top so it will hold on to those pieces of holly and the branches. Let's see how that looks closed. Pretty cute. And then this will just set right above it. And what I'm doing, yes, you want to be sure I'm in your view side. Just putting some glue on the back of the star. And just putting the star in place. Okay, so we have two sides decorated. One and two. Wonder if we could adjust that stocking, or is it too late? It may be too late, and I don't want to tear the paper, so it's going to stay like that. Now I've got all of these cut out. I don't think that I'll be using all of them, but I will be using many. So that runs like that. Okay. Some of them we're going to glue, and some we're putting on dimensionals. And I'll start with one. We need to use our take your pick tool. It just gets those papers off so much easier. Now for the star that's going to go on top, I am going to have to cut the dimensionals in half. Now before I even concern myself with that, I want to show you 3 finished sides. We have this little snow scene with some reindeer running through it, and we have traditional Christmas stockings with a star as well as some sprigs of holly and branches. And then on this side we have the presents, and you know, I think I need to put a few presents down the leg, so why don't I do that instead of leaving that bare. Let's use this. We'll put dimensionals on this one, or at least one. There, I think that kind of, maybe one more. I keep going and going. It's fun. I love these little packages. Turned out to be a lot of fun. There we are. I think this needs a little dimensional here to hold that piece down. There. Oh, I do like that. Isn't that pretty? Isn't that pretty? I do like that a lot. Okay, we have a star, and we have a piece of gold twine from the Trimmings package, and I'm going to take and cut some dimensionals in half because they're really too big and they will show. Let's see if a half will work. Well, guess what? It does. So we'll put a half there. Another half down here. Oops. And we need one more half. And the other one I'll just put back. Okay, take off the paper. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. All right, come on off. There we go. Now, we're just going to leave that until we close it up. The next thing we need to do is make our tree. Put our Velcro pieces on there. And you could get the Velcro at a dollar store. Little Velcro dots. You might even find them smaller. Now, on this particular Christmas tree, I'm using, I think one is enough. The other tree that will go on my dining room table, that needed 3. One at the top, one at the bottom, and then one inside to hold this flap in place. So what you do is you take off, you take off the piece of paper that's on the sticky side. You decide where do you want this to be. And you certainly do not want it showing. So I'm going to put it down here. Now all we have to do is release this sticky side, piece of paper holding the stickies, and that is just going to go against the back portion. And to separate them, once you have them stuck on, to separate them, you take your fingernails or your fingers and put them inside just for the first time, I'd say. And that separates them. This is how your card is going to fold to go into the envelope. And to put it together, you just do that. So here's our sides. Pretty winter scene, beautiful presents. And then on this side, your traditional stockings with sprigs of holly and stuff, and a little star. I think we're going to put this particular star up here at the top. Oh, guess what? Yeah. Up there, and we need a little glue dot to put on the back of this bow. And we'll put that right there at the top. Whoops, right there at the top of the star. And we have some nice ribbon coming down. I don't know if I was holding that so that you see what I did. I put the star here, and it's on dimensionals, and then I used a sticky glue to put this on. And if you want, you could decorate it more. You can even put, which I think I will do. Let's put some pretty, I love bling. We'll put some bling on there just to brighten it up even more. And I'm using the Holiday Rhinestone Basic Jewels, and it comes in beautiful colors. It comes in this midnight blue and this light blue, a dark green, a red, as well as a gold. And you could just use whatever color you like. I think I'll put maybe, let's do the green on the side. We'll do one here. And I'm not going to worry about how many I put on. We just want to make, because we have 3 sides to decorate. On this side, I think I'll use the red. We'll put a red here, right in the middle of that star. And then one down here. And now we have these beautiful Christmas trees with the deer. And why don't we use gold? Put some maybe gold right here on its little face. I still have very sticky fingers. And a little gold here. Where'd it go? I think I lost it. It's on my finger. Like I said, my fingers are still sticky. And then let's put one up here. So there we have our pretty little Christmas tree, all made with designer series paper, and some of which I fussy cut myself. I do want to get those other trees that I did and put them all out for you to see and perhaps get different ideas to do. Oh, and I didn't put what on earth happened to my salutation. Oh, there it is. I've got this little salutation. It says warm winter wishes, and I was going to take and wrap it around like that, and I think I'll do that with dimensionals. Easy way to do it. I'm not sure whether I need to put one in the center or not. We'll see. Could always add it, like I had said. You could always correct your mistakes. Put your fingers up there. Now, aha. Okay, here's something else, guys. This is the side that's going to open up. So we do not want to stop that from opening. We want to be able to open it. Where is the side? Oh, here it is. Okay, there. Glad I thought about that. When you put a salutation on, if you're going to wrap it around the way I've wrapped this around, make sure you're not wrapping it along the side where you're going to be opening your card. Stick your fingers up in there and just press this down. So I have warm winter wishes here. Now if you open it up, it still works beautifully, and you have all this to write on. You could stamp a salutation or a sentiment on here if you'd like, or you could just use it for writing. So let me get the rest of my Christmas trees in here so you can get an idea of the different sizes. This is a 5, let's see, this is a 4-inch square. These are made with 4-inch squares. This one right here. This one is made with a 5-inch square, as is this. They're both made of 5-inch squares. And the one that you can use on your dining room table, no cutting. You do have to do some scoring, and I found that to be just a little bit tricky, so you're going to have to be careful. Because when you're lining a 12 by 12 up, first of all, the 12 by 12 will not fit on your paper trimmer. You have to use a scoring tool, and you have to be very careful and work slowly to make sure you're going from one point to the other. And if you should make that, while you're making it, you'll understand why I said that. So there it is. There's all of our beautiful Christmas tree cards, different. And anyone who receives these, I think, would be thrilled with them. So different and unique. Now remember, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my station. I need subscribers, guys. Also, ring that bell so when a new video is aired, you will see it. And I do appreciate all the time that you've spent with me today. I know your time is very valuable, and it's valuable to me. You have a wonderful day today. Go out and enjoy. Bye now. Bye.